Okay, I believe we're live. This is Starship Adventures live tonight with our Sights and Sounds of Earth show. It's 9 p.m. Eastern. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to give everybody just a few minutes to get on in here, and see. And then we're going to see what's going on in the world. Going to preface right away that tomorrow is going to be a 16-hour or so broadcast. So I'm only doing 1 hour tonight. I got family coming into town. I got friends here. I got a lot going on. So, yeah, thanks, Canna Club. I just, we're up over on the backup channel as well. If you guys could give us a like and a subscribe over there, I'd appreciate it. We're trying to get this channel up over the hump. It's where we do all of our live scanner feeds, our amateur radio feeds. We do all kinds of really, really cool, neat stuff over there. But the problem is it's nobody knows about it yet. It's one of those things, you know. So anyway, that's what we got going on. We're still working on the audio. Audio will improve here in the studio. We're still working on some stuff. Hey Victor, I'm doing okay. And more importantly, Mama Bleep is doing okay. She's ate 3 times today. And not a lot, but she's eating wet food. And she's drinking. I'm monitoring her water intake. And she's actually been drinking some decent amounts of water. So she is on the mend. When a cat goes down like this, as long as they'll start eating and drinking on their own, generally speaking, they'll survive. So hopefully, barring some other complication, I think she's going to make it. And for a cat that's never used a cat box, she comes in the house through the cat door, but she does her business outside. She's grew up outside. She was feral until I got a hold of her. And I put down a little litter box, and bless her heart, right in it. Cats know what to do, man. It's like they would much rather use dirt than anything else. Let's see here. The Peace Frog, thank you for being here tonight. And yeah, thanks everybody. We're going to be the other channel over there is just a test. There's nothing going on over there. If you guys have 2 devices and you want to leave it on for me, that would be great. But again, there's really nothing going on there other than I'm testing it for tomorrow. And can I tell you, so far, this Linux machine outperforms this machine when it comes to bus rates and stuff like that. It's incredible. I don't even think the chip and stuff in that computer is as good as mine, but because it's running Linux, it runs everything just instantly. It's like it's really, really good. So anyway, ooh, man, I'll tell you guys, it's been a weird week. It was a long weekend last weekend, and I have suspicion it's going to be a long weekend this weekend. I am planning a long broadcast tomorrow. Plan on going on around noon. I don't know exactly when, but I do plan on going on around noon. And once I get on, I'm going to stay on. And then once I get enough, I didn't realize the radar wasn't up. There we go. Once I realize I have enough feeds that I can do it, then I will bring the second one online. And that's how I'm going to do it. And so eventually, you'll have 2 different channels. I will be in the left corner of both channels. That's what's really cool. And you'll be able to hear my audio, as you can hear on that channel now. You'll be able to see my video over in the corner. It's the same video you're seeing on this channel. I'm actually sending it out of the phone, and both computers are picking it up. Hey, Junior. Hey, Sludgeon. Yeah, it sure is. Linux is a great operating system. I wish I knew how to use it better, but I will tell you, I'm getting there. There's weird things on Linux you just have to get used to. Like in Windows, the OK button is always in the lower right. On Linux, it can be anywhere. A lot of times it's on the top right or the top left. So the buttons are a little more scattered about. But man, as far as how it operates, I really, really like Linux. It works really well. All right, and so there you go. Let's see here. Um, we are broadcasting live tonight from Starship Studios in Southwest Florida. That's the Fort Myers area, ground zero for Hurricane Ian, and we are live broadcasting on YouTube, the world's largest broadcast platform. And we are achieving that via fiber optic. And you know, I got to tell you, when it comes to internet, all that old broadband crap is archaic compared to this fiber optic. It's something else. And so I really love it. Hey Heath, how's it hanging, buddy? Heath's been busy. I will be up there. I'm leaving 2 weeks from this morning. So 2 weeks from tonight, I'll already be up there sleeping in the cabin. So there you go. And I'll be seeing you the next morning early. Oh, there we go. Deploribus, Canna Club. Everybody's coming in tonight. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Tonight, what I've got featuring here is a bunch of different live feeds. Basically, tonight is just basically a warm-up for tomorrow night. And I got some new information I want to give you guys. And I'm going to pull it up here in just a second so I can show it to you. What the hell? Oh God, anytime I try to pull anything up, you know. Okay, so you guys know how they've been showing up in these inflatable costumes. And I did some research today for the other show and this one, and I think I found out what's going on. There is actually a movement to get as many of these costumes out there as possible. Trying to figure it out here. They got, of course, the story goes on and on about everything else. Yes, yes. Anyway, they're all wearing all these people that are going to these rallies, these No Kings rallies. Many of them now are wearing these inflatable costumes or other kinds of costumes. Yeah, it's already getting a little interesting. The ones where it's dark are Chicago, and the ones where it's light are Portland. Let me see if I can, let me continue here. Here it is. There we go. Okay, so you're thinking, what kind of bullshit is this, right? Why are all these things showing up? There's got to be some kind of conspiracy, right? Yeah, guess what? There's some kind of conspiracy. You guys guessed it. Here we go. Look, it's a website. I'm not making this up. Operation Inflation. And by the way, as I always do, here's the link. Do your own research. Operation Inflation distributes free inflatable costumes for community members to wear at ICE protest sites to help deflate, pun intended, the tensions surrounding the protests. I thought they were the protesters. This makes it sound like they're kind of peacekeepers within the protesters, and they're just going to go out there and they're just going to jump up and down and act like hooligans or whatever in some effort to try to keep people from becoming violent. And I thought, well, that in itself is kind of neat, Except I watched a dinosaur clock some guy in the face with a rock the other night. So I'm not sure how that's working out. Um, yeah, that's what I don't understand, Sludgeon. It's like, so they're anti or pro anti, or the anti pro anti. um, yeah, it's people with no lives showing up to mess with people with no lives. I don't know what's going on. Um, yeah, the people in the blow up things were tossing shit too. But I think right now, I did a little research, and the sale of these things is off the charts right now. And all the distributors of these things had stock up until last week, and now they're all out of stock. So there's going to be thousands of these all across the country now. And I think it's good. I think if you're running a three ring circus, it should look like a three ring circus. So, what is Operation Inflation? Well, let's take a look and see if maybe we can sort through the facts. Operation Inflation donates free inflatable costumes to community members to wear at protests. They want to deflate the tension and inflate the good vibes. They hate their country, they hate their president, and they love crime, and they are wanting good vibes. They better use them drugs. Operation Inflation started in October of 2025. That's like this month. When few friends in Portland realized that a guy in an inflatable frog suit was into something important. We rallied quickly to raise funds to purchase and deliver more inflatable costumes to the community. We believe peaceful protesting is part of our First Amendment right to freedom of speech and expression, and the inflatables help keep the community more safe. More safe? That would be safer. Okay. And positive while exercising their rights. And here's how you can get involved. You can donate $35 and they'll take that money and they'll buy a blow up doll and they'll go out there and give it to somebody. You know, I'm surprised we haven't seen the big 8-foot tall penises and the walking vaginas. I'm surprised we haven't seen that kind of stuff. Once we deliver the costumes, they go forth into the world and live their best life. Some costumes get worn and donated back to the costume rack to be used another day. Others might be taken home and used again in the future. How do you get one? Yeah, they bring them right to wherever it's going on. So this is only in Portland, really, but they're wanting to expand it into other cities. Yeah, if you want, you can get on their contact form there and let them know that you want to go out and volunteer to wear one of these things and jump up and down like a hooligan and see if it's fun. But yeah, this the Peace Frog. This is a real website. I gave you guys the link. You can research it yourself. You can contact them yourself. Like I said, I verified all this earlier. That's actually the website right there. It could be. It could be Inflatable Furry Day. I don't know though. I mean, DC, things are under control there. I do believe there will be protests though. Believe it or not, the number one demographic involved in all these has been white women. That's the number one demographic. It's not Hispanics, it's not men, it's white women. The number one demographic involved in these protests. It's just kind of an interesting thing. Jackknife, I agree with you. If we're going to be blocking city streets. Now, if they negotiate with police and they're like, look, we're going to march down this road, I'm okay with that. But when they start just taking over streets and shit and marching without talking to anybody, or, normally cities and counties will work with you if you want to march. I mean, I will admit many of them will. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going to happen tomorrow. I will tell you this. My plan, and tonight I'm just here. Basically, I've got about 45 minutes left here, and I'm going to be signing off tonight to get ready for tomorrow. I want you guys to see this in my studio tonight. I had a power surge come through early this morning, and it woke me up in the bedroom because they shut everything off and it come back on again. I came out here, and surprisingly 2 of my systems were still on and everything else was off. So all my systems are down. And so you can see over here, they're all in like boot screens. I haven't even got them all back up yet. So tomorrow morning when I get up, I'm gonna come out here and I gotta get all these city scanners back up. And then by noon, I'm gonna be sitting here to go live, and we're gonna be live all day. Hey Pam, what's going on? Pam, we are going live tomorrow about noon on this channel, and then within an hour or so, I'll probably be live on the second channel, which is gonna be basically this again. I've got this set up to where I don't know if I think I told you guys, but see down over behind me back here, see this over here, that's my Linux computer, and it's down there just working away, and that's what's broadcasting over here on Starship After Dark. So you guys can actually see that when you tomorrow you'll be able to watch 2 different things, and I'm going to be on both of them narrating, but we're going to have scanner feeds up. We're going to have all kinds of different stuff from all the different cities. I'm gonna put up a couple of cities on this one, and then I'm going to go over and put up stuff on that one. We've got stuff going on here tomorrow in Fort Myers, Naples, Sanibel Island, and it's also all up and down the state of Florida. A bunch of stuff in Tampa, Jacksonville, Orlando, big protest plan, and that's all here in the free state of Florida. So I can only imagine what it's going to be like in places like the Socialist Republic of Maryland, or possibly the Socialist Republic of Pennsylvania. But we'll have to see how that goes tomorrow. I think we're going to see big protests in Detroit. I think we're going to see possibly Atlanta, Georgia. But some of these are going to be big, and the right is planning counter protests, and I think this is probably the one thing to talk about here that's so important is they're planning counter protests, and so if we get large groups on either side of the street, you know how that's going to go down, especially in some of these cities, and they're all in inflatable wear. No, you know what I was going to do, and I still may run up and do it in the morning. I was going to go to Burger King and get me a crown to wear tomorrow. I think that'd be funny. Maybe I'll put a little crown on the Starship logo. Would that be fun? I bet you I can find one. Let's see here. I bet you I can find one. I think that would be hilarious. Oh, for Christ's sake, the stupid shit that I do. I will find one. That's what we'll do. And yeah, there you go. All right. So anyway. All right. And there's nothing really going on weather-wise currently right now. We have absolutely no alerts going on anywhere right now, anywhere in the United States. We're in somewhat of a slower season right now. You're not seeing as many storms and things. The big time of year for tornadoes, if you're wondering, is spring. Spring is definitely when you see the most tornadoes. whole thing's kind of stupid. I've been trying for the life of me to figure out who came up with that branding. You know what I'm saying? I mean, who literally came up with that branding? Because it just don't seem right to me. I don't know. So anyway, that's kind of what I'm looking at. Is I'm hoping maybe we get some answers as to what the hell. We've been talking about this at work. It's like, what do you mean no kings? I don't understand. I don't. Well, and when you ask them, what you usually end up getting is, well, Trump's a dictator. He's literally a Nazi. It's all the usual stuff. If I get so sick of that. Is I literally a Nazi? Literally. All right, here we go. Where's transform? There it is. Oh, this is messed up. Oh, that's a. That ain't gonna work. Oh, that's terrible. Here, what about something like this? Oh, that's funny. Isn't that funny? Oh, man. Oh, there we go. How about I just do it like this? Can we do it like this? Will that work? I can just put it right on my head, right there. I have to make it fit. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That'll work. I think I'll just do it that way. What do you think? Yeah, but you know what? They all do the same thing. They all get in there and they all issue their executive orders and they all do what they think they got to do. But that doesn't make them a king or a deity or something. It just simply is what they do. Yeah, no kings, no borders, no police. Jeez. Jim, thanks for asking. As I did say briefly early on, but a lot of people weren't in yet. Mama Bleeper's doing better. She has been looking better all day. I came home from work, and she looks even better. I think getting her inside here in the air conditioning has helped. She's an outdoor. She's a feral. She came up one day, and I made friends with her over the course of a few years, and her and I have gotten real tight. She had a couple kittens she brought to us. We got her fixed. And it's been a long story with her, and she's gotten real sick and almost died a couple of other times too. She's a little inbred, I think. I don't know. But she's a great little kitty, and she'll come by before the night's over. I have a funny feeling. If not, you'll definitely see her tomorrow because she's living in this studio. She now calls the studio here apartment A, whatever you want to call it. This is her home now. So she'll be living in here for at least a week. I'm not going to let her out until her health is returned. Yeah, she's a sweet little thing. I asked you guys, she was gone 5 days. I asked you guys for prayers to bring her home, guide her home, so I can either treat her or put her down, whatever needs to be done, but guide her home so I can take care of her. And the next morning I walk out and she come walking out. There she is right there, right outside the door here in the studio. And I picked her up, brought her in. I was so excited, but she was in bad shape. I was listening to her lungs, and they're just full. Today, already better. Look, Florida is difficult down here in this time of year. We are still at night. We have a 100% humidity for about 9 hours a day. Now, most of you don't have that. That's ludicrous. You may get 100% humidity, a month out of the year or a week out of the year. It's here for 7 months out of the year. It's 100% humidity every single night. Dew drips every single night. The outside of your house gets wet every single night. You have to pressure clean your house down here. Starship Troopers, there we go. Faithful Foundations. Well, there you go. There's nothing wrong with that. Thank you for being here tonight. The Cat, thank you for being here. The Cat, I get it. I understand. I had Democrat friends, and they like to poke and poke and poke and poke, but you're not allowed to say anything. They can have CNN on, but boy, if you have Fox on, it's a problem. I got sick of it too, and I walked away. I'm like, I don't need this friendship. Yeah, let me tell you something. It is bad down here. Now, I will tell you, it is nice out there tonight. We have a cold front that just kind of went through, a dry front, and it's cooled things down just a little bit. It's a little drier, a little bit of wind, and it's really peaceful and pleasant. But she's staying inside. She'll be fine in here for a while. Oh boy. Well, there you go. I'm not in the sports, but you guys feel free to report sports scores in here. It's perfectly fine. Yeah, I can't stand humidity. Well, I don't know about zero humidity, because then if the slightest thing happens, the place combusts. But I will tell you, I do like it pretty dry. I'm an air conditioning person. I like to be in the AC as much as possible. Okay, it's 9:27 on the East Coast, 6:27 in Portland, Oregon, where the stuffed animals have come out again tonight. Like I said, they're from what this website said, and I'm going by the website. It says that they're out there to kind of be funny and keep the peace and everything. And I'm like, they're gonna get their ass shot with a rubber bullet. Yeah, Junior, I can only imagine, and I'm sure Heath is having some amazing weather up in the mountains right now. I can only imagine. Hey, Maggie, welcome in. Yeah, they had a live DJ. Oh, my God. Tomorrow's going to be huge. We've got protests down here starting at 8:30 in the morning, and you're probably saying, who the hell goes to a protest at 8:30 in the morning? Well, in Florida, you protest in the mornings and the evenings. You don't protest through the afternoon. So they'll do an 8:30 till noon, and then they'll all go get lattes somewhere. Yeah. And you never know either, because they're never going to tell you the truth, Kat. That's the truth. Nope, that's the problem with these. That's why I tread pretty lightly here on YouTube. I'm very careful not to upset the beast when it comes to YouTube. I do love YouTube, to be honest. I do. It's been good to me. It's taken a very long time, but that's how it's supposed to be. They can't give out successful channels like candy. You have to earn it. And so now that I've gotten past the whole hating the algorithm things, and I kind of understand how YouTube works, and I understand that some of the dilemmas they're in, and the hairs they're trying to split, and keeping everybody happy and everything. I don't know. I'm just not near as down on YouTube as I used to be. It's my broadcast platform, and I love it. It's what I watch. If I'm just watching entertainment on the tube, on my phone or on a TV, I always just go to YouTube. I've quit paying for all the services. I pay for Paramount Plus, when there's new Star Trek, and then I cancel it the moment the Star Trek goes away, and that's all. That's all I get. I don't do Hulu anymore. I don't do Netflix anymore, and I never really did some of the other ones ever. So, thank you in everybody tonight. Lots of numbers tonight. Thank you, Claude from New Jersey. Thank you for coming in, and KD Sweaty. Thank you for coming in, or Sweetie. I said sweaty. That's terrible. And anyway, Pensacola here. Gorgeous, dry, but gorgeous. Very nice. Yeah, Pensacola is a beautiful place. Still here in Florida, but it's one of our south-facing coasts up in the Panhandle. And let's see. Protest siestas. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Got your popcorn ready. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's going to be a long day tomorrow. That's why I'm going to take tonight at 1 hour. That's so weird, Wayne. The fact now, see, the good thing about YouTube, and I know you're talking about Facebook, and that's a totally different animal. The good thing about YouTube is if you're a content provider, I actually have customer service that I can call because I'm a monetized channel. I'm an official content provider. But it sucks that most users of the system don't get that. Which kind of sucks, really. Oh, it is sweaty, isn't it? I said sweetie, sweaty. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Come on, man.
I got it wrong. Again, whatever. I'm good at that, you know?
That is a low blow.
Yes, it is. All right, so let's talk tropics. We've got, we'll take a peek here at what we got on the tropics. Our tropical weather outlook here, we've got that system we've been watching. They are still expecting a low pressure system to emerge into the Caribbean in about 3 or 4 days, and that system could form from that. And so because of that, they're worried, and so we see things like this where we've got the yellow blob, as we call it. So no, it's cool. I like it. And so that's weird, Kat. I haven't noticed a difference in YouTube's recommendations, but I'm now going to be hypersensitive to it. Yeah, I don't put in a lot of political stuff. I normally watch like First Amendment stuff and a lot of Star Trek stuff. I would never like type in Donald Trump's speech from this afternoon. I actually at work use a different YouTube account so that I don't pollute mine up with political stuff. No, I don't think so. I don't see anything for North Carolina. This thing's probably going to go into the Caribbean, form into a tropical storm, and then head towards open ocean, I think. I don't think it's, but you never know. You never know. And because you never know, we're going to run the GFS, because here we go. Let's run it. Here's the GFS. What do we got? What do we got? Where is it at? There it is. There we got Genesis, but it's already moving the other direction. Look at that. Ooh, 941, 939. That's a major hurricane. Look at that. It's a fish storm. And then at the end of the run, there's another one that forms down there and moves north. So I don't know. But again, nothing I would be overly worried about because we are at a time of year when even if something does form, it shouldn't be too bad. It shouldn't be able to strengthen up into something really, really bad, hopefully, because the sea surface temperatures are coming down. There you go. The euro comes up with nothing, which is not unusual for the euro. And let's check the Canadian just for shits. There it comes. The Canadian sees it, brings it into the Caribbean, where it stalls out down there, and goes into the Pacific. Look at that. It goes across into the Pacific. Well, there you go. So, again, neither of those are really that scary. So, let's just hope that we're done with hurricane season for this year. I think we probably are, but that would be the last possible concern. There you go. Dress up as a furry. Yeah, down here we don't have a lot of the fear over it, but I'm sure in these bigger blue cities, I'm sure. Um, yeah, I'm fine with that too, Kat. Trust me, we had one here 3 years ago. It was bad enough. And then we had two subsequent floods. Yeah, I agree. Cannabis, Canna Club. I mean, I agree. It looks to me like in some of the bigger cities, I think there is some fear going around, but I think that's also part of the game they're playing too. I think that's all part of it. So, yeah, Chicago's a real mess. Portland, though, I don't know. I think Portland's definitely going to be an epicenter tomorrow. Um, I don't know. We're going to have to see. I want to see if the anarchists come out. Are we going to have any kind of craziness going on? Because the numbers are looking like they're going to be pretty high. There's going to be a lot of these rallies. They're going to be everywhere. The police are ramping up. The blow up doll people are ramping up. Um, yeah, I bet you can. I seriously. Um, I bet you can feel it in the air. Well, Red, I mean, I'm not worried here. I mean, but in some of these big blue cities, I mean, remember the George Floyd thing? If it gets anything like that, they were burning down whole blocks of buildings. They were burning down people's businesses, burning up people's cars, destroying everything in their wake. And that's why people begin to fear. Um, you get a loved one in a facility somewhere, I know what that feels like. And you get a little worried, you know? Yeah, that JB Pritzker, he's a real piece of shit. Oh, did I say that out loud? uh, no Zempic. He needs to take more of it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, down here I'm not concerned. I don't think we're going to have too much going on. But I do know one thing, a lot of people are going to be doing live streams tomorrow. There's going to be thousands of live streams going out tomorrow. It's probably going to be one of the bigger live stream days that YouTube has ever had. And so, like I said, we're going to be up on two different channels. For those that have joined us recently, the cat's doing better tonight. On the mend, starting to eat. Things are looking good. This is going to be a shorter show tonight. Tomorrow we're coming on around noon. Let me see what else I'm going to tell you here. Let me put the link in for the other channel. Please check this channel out tomorrow. This one here is where we'll go first. But that channel I just put in is our other channel. On that channel, there'll be another broadcast just like this one, except it'll have different cameras. So I'm literally going to have two complete broadcasts going out on two different channels. I'll be on both of them simultaneously. And one will be one set of videos and one will be a different set of videos. So now, not only are you going to have my coverage, but you're going to have two channels of my coverage to choose from, and I'm hosting both of them. This is the great experiment tomorrow. I can't wait to see how it goes. I feel really good about it. The equipment is all cooperating. Everything seems to be going pretty good, and I'm pretty happy the way everything is. So there you go. Yeah, I think I've got some of him up somewhere already. But yeah, Portland Andy's live, and I'll plug him here in 20 minutes when I sign off. You guys can go check him out. Yeah, Kat, sometimes a change in venue, a change in apartments, a change in job, a change in town, it's just what you need to get your aura and shit all straight, and you'll be doing good again. No, I'm serious. Sometimes it takes a change. A Sharia zone. Yeah, you know, you're not far from the truth. They're about to elect, the Democratic Party is just about to elect a communist, a Middle Eastern Muslim communist, to be the mayor of the Big Apple, the city. The city. I don't know. It's gonna. I don't know where that came from. It's gonna be an amazing clown show tomorrow. I'm expecting an amazing clown show tomorrow. Hey, CPM San Diego. Thank you for joining the True. Welcome aboard. Grab your uniforms. We'll meet in the galley. Yeah, the same thing's happening in Dearborn, Michigan, or as they pronounce it now, Dearborn. The same thing's happening there. The city council is mostly Muslims now, and they're renaming the streets after terrorists, and it's gotten crazy there. And this Kami Memdami in New York is a communist. I mean, that's literally the direction that that party's going in. Communist. Cat. I'm accepting of people. As long as it doesn't interfere with work, I would be fine with it. But if they make it every day about that instead of about work, I would have a problem with it too. Londonistan, I love that. London, do you pronounce it Londonistan? Londonistan. I don't know. But yeah, that's funny. I like that. Yeah, Sharia zones are dangerous. It's a different culture. You don't look. Your culture is your culture, and your country and your culture are the same. And I don't believe any. I don't think any country out there should allow other cultures to come in and wedge out parts of their culture. I don't think that's a healthy thing. I just don't. Got a great crowd in tonight. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We do cover a lot of things on this channel. On a normal show, we do a lot of storm chasing stuff. We do science, space, weather, amateur radio, radio propagation. We talk about all kinds of really neat things on here. But lately it's been all this protesting, because we do cover live events, manhunts, pursuits, and of course protests, civil unrests, and riots. And so this has been the crux of our coverage here. Excuse the pun. I say that because Crux TV is one of those spoofers on there. But thank you for being here, and I hope that this is the kind of coverage that you guys like. And like I said, tonight we're just coasting There's not a whole lot going on tonight. The protest seems pretty small. I think everybody's saving the fan on their little blow up doll for tomorrow. Um, at least is what I'm thinking. I want to thank the 20 or so people that subscribed so far this hour. Thank you very much. It makes a big difference. Subscribers are everything. If you guys have a chance, please go over and subscribe over on our other channel. That would probably be really nice because we're trying to get that up over 1,000. We've got 2 goals this weekend. I don't normally set a lot of goals. I don't beg for money. I never beg for supers or anything like that. And I don't set up big goals normally or do like goal things on the screen or anything. But I am telling you, this weekend, our goal on the channel, and I've even got help going to be here. We've got a lot going on. And our goal this weekend is to get our primary channel over 20,000 subs. We're at 17,247 right now. So, about, I don't know, what are we talking, 2,750, something like that. So that's probably a bit ambitious, but we're going to see if we can do it this weekend because we're going to have a lot of new people coming in this weekend because there'll be a lot of people wanting to see what's going on, looking for alternate news sources, and hopefully a lot more people will find us. The hardest thing on YouTube is being found. You can put out a great product, but if nobody finds you, nobody finds you. And so that's the hardest thing to do. Yeah, well, Kat, if you're just flat uncomfortable, then you're doing the right thing. Get the hell out of there. Go find you a job where you feel comfortable. I would say I don't discuss politics at work, but I work at a conservative talk radio station, so I talk politics at work. But that's because that's what I do. Anyway, other than that, I probably wouldn't. That's a good idea, Red. Heath has offered to help me when I get up there. I got to take the front bumper off my car. I realized to put those fog lights in, I got to take the entire bumper off. But I bought the tool to do it and everything, and he said he's got jack stands, and we're going to try to get it all done. But I'm going to put those new driving lights in and everything else. It's going to be really cool. Yeah, well, a lot of times you don't want to talk politics at work. Oh, okay. Yeah, they've moved a few of them around. We've got one here on the steps of Naples City Hall. There's one in front of an ice cream shop in Sanibel. That's on an island that costs $7 just to drive across the bridge. We call it the island with the cover charge. Well, yeah, but a lot of times these protests are done in the same place on purpose. Um, no, you can't because the lights actually have 4 things that hold the bumper in place. They actually are like holders for the bumper that are on the light. So the light fixture is part of what holds the bumper. So you just got to take the whole bumper off and then replace the 2 lights and then put the whole bumper back on. But it's fine because I got 2 or 3 other things to do as well. And those can all be done easier when the bumper's off. So we're just going to do it. Yeah, my driving lights will be yellow. My high beams and low beams will both be LED white, and the yellow is LED yellow as well. And then I've got that set of auxiliary lights which can be white or yellow, and they're going in also. Those will be mounted at the same time. That's interesting, Kat. I have not heard that, nor do I know how that would work. Yeah, a lot of times they don't do, the driving lights are usually always white, but I want mine to be different. So I'm putting yellow bulbs in the driving lights, which are the low ones, and then I've got white in the lows and high beams. They hate Trump because he's successful. That's, I mean, you want the clear cut answer, the bottom line. They hate him because what he's doing is working. They've been saying he's literally the Antichrist. He's literally Hitler. He's literally everything that's ever been bad in the world. He's literally the evil emperor and Darth Vader. He's literally every evil person that's ever lived. And now we're finding out that they were all completely wrong the whole time, because look, he's doing a great job. The economy's looking up, everything's doing great. He's thinking outside the box, he's doing amazing stuff. And so yeah, they're pissed. They're pissed because they've been wrong all along. Wrong all along. And yeah, the more he does, the better he looks, the worse they look. It's the bottom line, it's what it is. I agree with you, Red. The yellow is better in those conditions. However, I don't like the yellow on regular days. That's why I'm splitting it. I'm going to have the ability to have, I got 4 white ones and 4 yellow ones when I get all done. I'm going to have plenty of lights. Economy is shit. He lied. Okay, whatever. We have arrested inflation. Joe Biden had inflation so high, and right now inflation is almost at no rates, and that's important. That's the number one thing to do. You got to do to get the economy back going the right direction again, is to stop the inflation, and that's mostly been done by just opening up pipelines, opening up exploration, opening up more pumping, more drilling, more refining, all the things that Biden shut down, opening all that back up again, and getting the country going again, getting back on our own oil here instead of buying it from Saudi Arabia. This is all very important, and it's all being done right now. The tariffs are already bringing in money like crazy. The unions love the tariffs. This was the last step necessary to win the unions over. I think that's probably one of the big things here, is that the Republicans never really wanted tariffs. It was the Democrats that always wanted tariffs. And now that Donald Trump's doing tariffs, they're all saying tariffs are like the Antichrist. Oh my God, what's he doing? It's like the unions, the AFL-CIO, have begged and begged for years for this, for tariffs. And they never could get them out of Republicans or Democrats. They couldn't get them out of Jimmy Carter or Ronald Reagan. They couldn't get them out of the Bushes or the Clintons. They couldn't get them. They never could get what they wanted. They didn't get them out of Barack Obama. And Trump comes in and he's giving them the tariffs they've always wanted. That's why you don't even hear nothing out of the unions no more. The police and fire unions came out in support of Donald Trump for the first time on the right. Hell, Miami went red. We're seeing just an amazing time right now. Trump won by a landslide, won the popular vote. It's an amazing referendum. It really is. And he's in there right now. Promises made, promises kept. I'm not totally happy. There's 2 or 3 things, but for the most part, it's better. It's a better percentage than I ever could have expected. And so I'm happy with where we're at right now. I think that we're in good shape. The left is pretty much without power at this point. Their approval rating, the Democrats' approval rating, is the lowest since Quinnipiac started keeping polls, currently at 39.6%. Jen, I said he arrested inflation. I know this is complicated, but here's how it goes, okay? Prices aren't going down. He's arrested inflation. Biden had inflation at 7% a year. He's arrested it. It's down below normal rates for any president now. It's some of the lowest we've ever seen, almost zero. Now that that's done, now we can start working back the other way. It takes several years for an economy to react to what's being done. And we're seeing a reaction that's actually quicker than we were expecting. To already in just 9 months be able to arrest this outrageous rate of inflation that Biden had put us in. To be able to drop gas prices an entire dollar already in 9 months. He's already dropped it $1. At this rate, we will be down another $1. We'll have $1.98 gas down here again. The last time I put $1.98 gas in my car was his presidency. And now it looks like we may get to do it again. Do you know how good an economy runs when gas is $2 a gallon? Oh my God. That's why I said it takes time. All this stuff takes time. It takes a long time. It took Biden 4 years to run it down like he did. It may take 4 or even 8 years. It's going to take 16 if we want to get rid of the national debt completely. Canada, there's something to be said for that for sure. Yep. Farmers are bankrupting. That's a talking point. I mean, it is. There's no more farmers bankrupting this year than there was last year. Probably less. Farmers bankrupting. There's always farmers bankrupting. And every time something happens, they come out and say, look, farmers are bankrupting. Guess what? There's always farmers bankrupting. Those rates are the same as they always are. That's not a valid argument. Moosh, welcome in. Yeah, I'm not happy on that bailout. I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy about that at all. But never going to be happy with everything a president does. Now, things are doing good here now. Yeah, that's true. There's a lot to be said about that, Wayne. The subsidy that we give farmers is crazy right now, especially when it comes to stupid things like ethanol, which, if I had my way, I would end the entire ethanol program instantly, because it's not helping anybody. It's just government subsidy making things work. And it's in the long run, nobody will win. Obama did a good job deporting. He did a real good job. He was the deporter in chief. He actually deported more people than I believe Bush Sr. did. Or no, Bush Jr., I'm sorry. Obama was ruthless on illegal immigration. It wasn't until after Obama when they decided, hey, I think we need to start backfilling with illegals, and then push to count them on the next census, because the Democrats are losing congressional seats. They're going to lose so many seats coming up, they may never be back in power again. I know that sounds crazy, but with all the gerrymandering, the Republican, all this time the left has been gerrymandering. You guys know what gerrymandering is. It was actually named after a Democrat named Jerry, who meandered the lines all through his state in order to get all Democrats in the House. And that's where the term gerrymandering comes from. It comes from a Democrat. And and they gerrymander. They've been doing it for years. Finally, this year, Trump told everybody, "Hey, we need to start doing the same thing that the Democrats have been doing for the last 40 years. We need to start gerrymandering and get all these seats back that we've lost over the years to all this creative line drawing." And so that's what they're doing. We're going to end up with 15 more congressional seats. Then you get to the census in 5 years. We got another census coming up. Florida is going to pick up at least 3 or 4 more congressional seats in that census alone. We picked up one last time from New York, and Texas, sure enough, picked up one from California. But we're going to pick up more. It's going to be incredible. Tonight I haven't seen too much civil unrest. But you can use that term to describe what's going on right now. We are in a period of civil unrest. Ethanol is a huge scam. It just costs us a lot of money. Ethanol, because everything they do with ethanol costs more money than it makes. It takes more electricity and corn to make ethanol than it's worth. By the time you look at what it costs to make the corn, between all the tractors and the tilling and the farming and the irrigation and the pumping and all the things that had to be done to raise that corn, and then finally to cut it down and to process that corn and to finally turn that corn into ethanol, takes a lot of electricity and a lot of gasoline and a lot of diesel, because of all the tractors and machines, and finally the plant where they turn it into E85 fuel, and they mix it in with the regular fuel and all that. By the time you get done, it costs almost twice as much as it's worth, and the government has to pick that up. If you ever wonder why, if you go to a gas pump and it says non-ethanol, it's about 80 cents more a gallon. It's because 80 cents of the rest of it, the federal government's picking up. It's ridiculous. It's because of the E85 subsidies. And your car will not get near as good a gas mileage on the E85 or the E15, which is what most cars run on, E10, E15. The E85 is terrible. You'll end up, even in like a Prius, you'll end up getting 18 miles in a gallon on it. Ethanol is horrible for engines. I don't see a lot going on tonight, guys. It's quiet tonight. I think they're all doing what I'm getting ready to do, and that's sign off early so I can get an early start tomorrow. I think that's what a lot of them are doing. I think a lot of them are traveling too. You've probably got a lot of people that work today, and they're traveling tonight or tomorrow morning to get to wherever they're going to be protesting. All right, well, thanks for everybody being here. We've got a great crowd come in tonight. I'm going to check the chat here. Is there anything you guys would like me to mention? I will go through one last time here before I sign off tonight. Normally we go 2 hours. Eric, I don't know how to adjust that. Our gas here is $2.89 a gallon. $2.89 a gallon. Dina, it's possible. It's possible that there will be some kind of larger scale incident. It's possible there could be gunplay. Who knows what could happen tomorrow? That's why I'm going to be here and I'm going to be covering it. I'm going to have all kinds of scanner feeds up, and I'm going to have the ability to change on the fly. In other words, if we're here and all of a sudden Atlanta goes crazy and there's fires and things, within 5 minutes, I can have one of my QCast systems up and running on that town, have it broadcasting on the backup, and be using it for our primary scanner here on this channel. So I'll be able to react quickly as things happen, and you'll be able to hear the scanner feeds. Good night, Junior. We'll see you tomorrow, buddy. Sandra, thank you for joining the crew. Welcome aboard. I appreciate all you guys subbing tonight. We're at 17,252. We've done really good tonight on numbers and subs. I really, really appreciate it out there. I am going to stay on just a little while longer. There's so many folks in here. Yeah. I checked last night the volcano stuff. I didn't see anything going on really. No, the GOP certainly does not want martial law. Matter of fact, the GOP stands firmly against martial law. I don't know why you would even say that. These people are being allowed to protest as much as they want. That's what really bugs me. They always call Trump a fascist. He's a Nazi. He's a fascist. He's this and he's that, and he hasn't done anything to stifle anyone's free speech at all. Now, Biden, on the other hand, he was having us all locked out of Facebook for saying anything about COVID. Remember that? He was actually policing YouTube. Remember that? Remember, they were policing all of the different services, and if you said anything about COVID, they would get rid of your account. Why isn't Trump doing any of that? Why isn't Trump out there right now actively suppressing your Facebook account if you're on the left? Why is he not out there right now preventing you guys from posting these videos? If he's a fascist, right? He's a fucking fascist, right? That's what you've been calling him for how long? Every day, he's a fascist, he's a fascist. You couldn't define fascist. And the truth is, he's not doing anything that a fascist would do. That's the bizarre part. It's like you guys just regurgitate whatever your liberal friends say on Facebook or on whatever you guys call that stupid service you use. Hey Max, what's up, buddy? Thanks for being here and welcome aboard the crew. Yeah, the news is doing that down here too. They're actually reporting where and when to go protest. There's even some left-leaning newspaper outlets that are actually posting things you should know, like what gas masks work and what you should carry and not carry on you and things like that. Yeah, there's a lot of it right now where people just regurgitate what they're being told. Because look, if you're on the right, you've got the high ground. You got the moral high ground. You got the intellectual high ground for sure. Right? And you got the political high ground. So you've got the argument. They're fighting from the hole. They're down in the hole. They're fighting out of the hole. It's because their party has made such bad policy decisions for so long, keeping an invalid man in as president and then running an absolute moron to replace him. I mean, I'm telling you, that party has made so many absolutely bad decisions over the years that they get what they deserve. They really do. Guys, if you spam, you get kicked out. Sorry. If all you're going to do is come in here and spam, then you get popped out. $20 million illegals. Joe Biden led into this country. 20 million illegals. Those people are all ahead of other people that are doing it legally in line. What about all the people that have been in line for 10 years to get their citizenship and all these people jump ahead of them in line? What about that? Not to mention all the jobs they take, all the taxes they don't pay, all the money they send back to their country. When you start really looking at it, it's all a really bad deal for our economy. And it has been for some time. And Biden, being such the moron that he was, he didn't understand it or care. Of course, I don't even think he knew. His wife had the auto pin going most of the time. He had dementia early on in his term. There's a lot of estimates out there. Some are 16 million, some are 22 million. I've seen estimates all over the place, but they are just estimates. Yeah, it's a crazy number, an absolutely crazy number. And even if you take everything that Trump's doing right now and you protract it out, it would take 12 or 13, 14 years to get rid of all the people that don't belong here. So it's really an uphill battle to try to get back to where we were before Biden just opened our borders up for 4 years. Deploribus, that's possible. I wouldn't have cared if he had cancer, but I do care the fact that he was a complete mental idiot and invalid, and they kept him in there, and they were using a device to sign his name, and on thousands of pardons they used a device to sign his name. I'll tell you, if I was on one of those pardons, I wouldn't be very comfortable right now, because there's a chance out there that those pardons may go away and those people may be reincarcerated. That whole auto pin thing is going to come out. People are going to be arrested. It's going to be a big deal. You cannot just have an auto pin signing off thousands of documents while the man's taking a cat nap or eating an ice cream cone. Doesn't work that way. Yeah, I love when leftists come in wanting deep discussion, because they don't do deep discussion. The moment you go deep, they throw rocks and run. Or they do what Kamala Harris does and just give you a whole big word salad. Or Karine Jean-Pierre, for that matter, the word salad master of disaster. They'll just give you all the word salad. Oh, Jen, people have been coming here illegally since we founded the place. Absolutely. But in the last 4 years, we've had about 15 years worth of illegal immigration. So that's the numbers, any way you want to look at it. And because we weren't removing any of them, it built up really fast. Trump loves signing his name, and when he signs his name, things get done. It's all corrupt. Everything, anything humans touch is corrupt. Anybody that thinks that I don't understand that, you're not listening. All right? I don't trust the government. I don't like the government. I'm a libertarian. I feel that the best government is the one that leaves you alone. I don't believe in building permits. I don't believe in a lot of these things that our government does. I don't believe in the government being involved with who's allowed to be married and who's not, who's allowed to fish and who's not, who's allowed to drive and who's not. Our government has to have their freaking fingers in everything. Why is that? I posted something today that Carlotta sent me, and it's the absolute truth. The government, you got to get government permission to build a house. You got to get government permission to drive a car. You got to get government fishing to go fishing. You got to have government permission. You got to have government permission to collect rainwater in most states. Not Florida, by the way. You have to have the government's approval to do drugs. You have to have the government's approval to put something in your own body that you bought and you put in your body. You have to have the government's approval to get married and who you're getting married to. You have to have the government's approval to move a wall inside a home that you own on property that you own. You have to ask the government for permission to put your boat out on the water. Think about all the things you've got to ask for permission for. I think all that is bullshit. I can't stand it. WCCN, thank you for joining. Appreciate that. Welcome aboard the Starship. Hope you guys enjoy it. We do all kinds of things here. I got a big crowd tonight, so let me just say one more time. This is Starship Adventures, and we do a lot of really cool stuff here, and I hope you guys come back. We do things other than politics. If you guys are on the left, we don't just do politics here. We do a lot of science and space weather and amateur radio and radio propagation, terrestrial weather, storm chasing, manhunts, pursuits. We do all kinds of stuff here. Hold on just 1 second. So yeah, we do all kinds of stuff here, and we want to put out a news product that is very different. And where I got this idea, and I want you guys to know this, where I got this idea from is from, I work at a TV radio station. I work at a conglomerate of TV and radio stations and print media. And I like, when there's something big going on, I like to go back into the TV control room. They got a big black wall with all these screens on it. And from there, I can see everything that's going on. Local, state, regional, national, international. It's all coming into that wall. All the different feeds, all the different everything. And I'm like, that would be really cool if I could get this wall at my house. And that's where the idea came from. And so that's where we're at, and that's what I did. So I really hope that you guys enjoy it. Well, there you go. Florida Aerial Media. There you go. Thanks for coming in. And yeah, I'm my call sign is KO4EFS, Kilo Oscar 4 Echo Foxtrot Sierra, and I have been licensed now for 5 or 6 years. I have a general license, and I do a lot. I do POTA. Going to be doing a lot of POTA coming up. Getting ready to buy a new HF rig up at the Stone Mountain Hamfest coming up on the 1st of November. I'm going with Heath. Looking forward to that. All right, let's see. So yeah, basically the way I look at it, ham radios, it is what it is. You just play around when you can. You do what you can, and I try not to get too far into it. All right, let's see here. I got a lot. If you're into ham radio, look back on my channel. I did a lot of ham radio stuff, and you might find some of that interesting. All right, so anyway, here we go. Well, thanks, AJ Andrews. I am retired fire chief. I did a little bit of time in law enforcement as a certified auxiliaryman, and I also was an AMD trained emergency dispatcher. Did that part-time, and I also was on the local disaster response team and drove the comms bus. And so I've done a lot. I never was married or had kids, so I did all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it is what it is. I do love radios and all that kind of stuff. My specialty was pulling in after a major disaster into another town and getting them back up on trunked radio systems and stuff like that. Well, there you go. KE5D. All right, and well, there you go, Wayne. We will be back tomorrow, most of the day, and tomorrow night. So definitely join us for that. All right. Guys, I am going to be calling it here in just a few minutes. It is getting late, and I do need to get off of here. And so let me go ahead and get signed off. I gotta get some sleep. Tomorrow's going to be a long day on here. All right, huh? Yeah. Look who's here.
Hi, everyone.
They're not used to seeing anybody here.
How's everyone doing out there? Victor, are you in here? AJ?
Dina, who would have ever thunk that John I Had a Stroke Fetterman would become the voice of reason for the Democrat Party, huh? Who would have thunk? That's awesome. This live is about the protests. Yes, we come on every night though. We do whatever's happening. Okay, so there you go. All right, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off, guys. I got family and friends here I need to get to, and I'm gonna try to get some sleep. Tomorrow we will be starting around noon. Watch for that. Watch for the second channel to come up. All the scanner feeds, everything will be coming up in the morning. So you guys have a good one out there. All right. And live from Starship Studios in Southwest Florida, my name's Ian. This is the Sights and Sounds of Earth right here on Starship Adventures. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the big day, the No Kings Rally. Maybe we'll figure out exactly what they mean by that. Who knows?
Smash this thumbs up, guys.
Yep, thumbs up and subscribe, everybody. Have a good night out there. We'll see you next time. 7 3s.